Welcome to the Kawartha Small Business Podcast, where we believe the Kawarthas can be the most thriving region in Canada for small business. I'm Brian Rump from Profit Coach.
And I'm Matt Garrity of Matty G Digital.
And before we get started, head over to kawarthasmallbusinesspodcast.ca/checklist and download Matt and Brian's marketing checklist for Kawartha small businesses. All right, Matt, we are talking about what is going on in the business community in August. What's you have first on your list for this one?
Top of my mind, selfishly, is on August 31st, Wednesday, August 31st. Are there 31 days in August?
Yeah, I don't know. No.
Well, whatever the last day of August is, on the Wednesday at Thrive, we're doing a headshot day with Morning Cup Productions. That just got booked and confirmed last week. Some more details coming on that, but he's offering a pretty nice discount to anyone that needs to update their unprofessional, old, dated headshots. You're going to be able to book a time online really simply with a nice little link, and then pop in on the last Wednesday of August, either the 30th or the 31st.
Awesome.
So he'll be here all day, but you got to book ahead of time, and just like a great way to kind of get all that and bang all those out as quickly as possible, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice backdrop. I think he'll have a couple different areas. I know specifically one will be right up front where that exposed brick is that everybody wants. That'll be number one. But otherwise, top of mind, I don't know if you knew this, and I'm surprised we haven't spoken about it. There's a new Vietnamese restaurant that opened up.
Oh, really?
Is it Albert Street, the old Schnitzel House?
Oh, okay. It's funny. I did the milk run, and as I went by, I was like, oh, the Schnitzel House sign had changed, but House of Noodles or something.
Yeah, it has noodle in the name, but it's some sort of Vietnamese place. I think maybe it's pho. Maybe it's more than that. I thought it was actual Vietnamese food, though, which I was going to say, if you've been to Hanoi House, which I know you have because I've been with you,
yeah.
is Vietnamese food is maybe the best.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. I know there's a place in Belleville that we go all the time, Vietnamese Pho Viet, which is... great. My parents are known by name there. I haven't been as much because I don't live there, but I know that my mom doesn't even know what she orders, so we always have to ask the owner what it is that she likes. So, which is funny. So
that's awesome.
That's exciting.
I don't know if they have anything on social media. I've not seen it. I've seen people talking about it, on the Kawartha Lakes message board, which I'm learning is a fascinating world in its own, and there's some good marketing opportunities, but also it's just a very interesting conversational piece.
I have not seen that, so
but yeah, I want to check that place out. I'm sure it's great for lunch or whatever. I like pho, it's fine, but also at the same time I hope that there's more. Personally, I'll go and I will support it. It'll be awesome because I think we need more restaurants and all that stuff downtown. So
yeah, that's awesome. Speaking of restaurants downtown, what was the Grand, the sort of hotel part, I guess? I'm never sure how people, the bar part, I guess. There was always the restaurant part and the bar part is opening up soon. So I saw they hit the Instagram for, I think it's Grand Gusto. Be interested, or Gusto Grand, I kind of forget, so that's a shout out to them. It looks awesome in there, so they did a really good job with the improvements of the space.
Yeah, I've been following them for a couple weeks. I saw the paint going up, and then I was a little bit interested about what was going on, and then the sign went up, and then Instagram happened. I want to say it was almost a month ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I guess that's a month ago. And they've been posting a lot of stuff about its Italian food. I don't know if it's casual or more... I don't think it's family. It looks like it's more upscale.
Yeah,
because
so.
What I was about to say was the latest photo they posted of the interior looks outstanding.
Yeah, it looks really fancy.
I don't know if there's a fancier restaurant in Lindsay, at least, or maybe Kawartha Lakes, just by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Looks really, really, really nice. I think there's still probably a ways to go. Like, I don't know where their furniture is and all that kind of stuff. I would be shocked if they're open in August, but that would be pretty cool. It would make sense if that place opened up in the fall, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have got a patio. If they do, they might have a couple of those seats out up front, like at the top of the stairs. But like nice big Italian meal in September, October into the fall versus in the sweltering heat of July.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks to be very sort of classic Italian of like a lot of like fresh fish and like meat and like sort of more than maybe what we've been conditioned to think of as Italian food, which is fascinating. So be exciting to see what that is. So
Oh, for sure. I see on your list, and I'm going to steal this, is Kindred, the cafe and gathering place, which is in the old Furio Gifts beside the old boiling over coffee vault. Don't know much about it. I drove by a couple weeks ago, saw the logo, or even, I think it's just like a mark, not to get into detail of logos. But so, yeah, anyways, I saw the logo. It looked really nicely done. And I could tell, like, okay, these people know what they're doing. They're professionals. Started on Instagram, saw that. They started posting this stuff this past weekend. I think it's by, I'm trying to, like, I can confess that I know who it is now because she started posting photos of herself on Instagram. So Victoria Jessup, who's also one of the owners of, I might not get this right, but the June, is it June Baby Airstream?
Yes.
Or is this the June Airstream?
June Baby.
The June Baby Airstream. So I think that's cool. I think that's not important, but it, like, they're coming from a place of business and like they know what they're doing from a business perspective. So it's Victoria and I think her business partner's Dana. Was that right?
Dara.
Dara. Sorry. I don't know if they're listening, but I just know Victoria for sure. And the other one started with a D. So maybe a friend or a business partner or family member. I'm not sure, but I think that's awesome. I think it's exactly what the downtown needs. Not that anyone is listening to me or cares, but like I'm hoping that they are going to do it the right way. And like from what I know about Victoria and what I know about like what I've seen about the June Baby, like they're not going to cut corners. They're not going to take shortcuts. It's going to be very meticulously done. I hope that they do proper hours. You know, like that's the problem is making sure that they're open probably every day, the same hours every single day. And when it needs to be open, not when business owners want it to be open. And that's not a criticism to them at all because I don't know what their hours are going to be like, but it's a criticism of other businesses that kind of mess around with hours.
That's funny. There's a now closed and long gone coffee shop that wasn't Lindsay. When I first moved or transferred in Bank of Montreal to Lindsay, started working in downtown Lindsay, and I was like, oh, I'm going to, get to know some the businesses and go get a coffee in the morning. So I remember parking and like walking up to a place before I started work and like going to open the door and it was locked. And I was like, what? Why is this locked? And like it didn't open until like long after I would be at the office. So I was like, oh, I guess I can't get a coffee on the way to work.
Yeah.
Which was a fascinating strategy for all of the business owners or businesses and employees in downtown Lindsay. So,
or just people that work have to be at work at a typical type of time, 8:39 type of thing. But that's why Thrive started doing their coffee meetings here also. So we were speaking with an accountant that was wanting to have like an off-site meeting. Her office was too small. I'm not terribly convinced. She's very proud of the office in like this commercial area. And she was saying like she wanted to have this off-site meeting and she didn't know where to go. So she was thinking about one place, but that place didn't open until like 11 or 12 on Tuesday, even though like they sell coffee and they're like a bit of a cafe. Yeah. So it was an idea we had kind of thought about mostly from hearing so many other people talking about like where the heck are we supposed to have meetings, like coffee meetings. So we put together like a package and a plan for that, and she utilized it, and like we're trying to push it very hard now, in my opinion, and trying to get as many people here as possible. Like even if you just need to have a coffee meeting with a colleague, or like you're trying to make a sale or whatever, just for an hour or two, come into Thrive. You got delicious coffee that'll be made for you, like nice open clean space that you'll be proud to have a meeting in, bathroom and all that kind of stuff. And we're open every single day from, not every single day, every single Monday through Friday from 9 until 4:30. So
yeah, which is awesome. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that's a neat new thing. So if you're in business and want a business over coffee, you can come do that at Thrive. So,
I'm trying to think what else is going on in Lindsay, like business opening wise. Or Fenland also. I don't know. Did we mention last time the Thurston butcher shop?
I believe so. Yeah, I think
did.
they just did a soft opening. I saw Fenland was doing like Christmas in July,
Right.
and they had quite a like Christmas window display going on. So, which is pretty neat. There's a brand new tattoo shop in that I see on TikTok in Fenland that looks very colorful, which is kind of cool. So
I think it's called the Day Tripper.
Day Tripper Tattoo.
Yeah.
And I think they're upstairs above the Colburn Street Gallery.
I believe so, because I know that it's Chris's brother-in-law
okay.
and maybe sister. I think that makes sense. I think it's Tim and Chris's brother-in-law or sister or
fascinating.
something. So yeah, because I spoke to them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. So, and then there's another new tattoo artist that I saw on TikTok from Lindsay, who's like does some very like kind of minimalist stuff, which I thought was really interesting. So, again, I'm not a big tattoo guy, but it's just fascinating as a business model and something that in my lifetime has gone from like, only rebels get tattoos and they're all like of a certain kind of genre to being so widely accepted. And now you see just more and more people diversifying, I think, on their style and their skills more. So the Day Tripper ones, they did like one from Randy from Great Finds, their first tattoo.
Oh, cool.
And it's sort of like this kind of neat cartoon devil with like, I think, like sort of a pride flag diaper, which looks kind of funny. And anyway, it's just very colorful and cartoony and fun, which I thought is really kind of neat and good to have.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've got a few tattoos now, and I remember growing up and still it was like only outlaws get tattoos, right?
Yeah.
And like I just got one that for the first time is somewhat exposed. Like even with t-shirts on, like just the bottom of it peeks out, and I still sometimes am wondering like if I should have that because I'm a business person.
Oh.
But I think it's one of those things where you get tattoos and you start to see everybody's tattoo, and it's so common. And for whatever reason, I swear I see it more on women, like their feet when they're wearing sandals or their wrist, or it's so common. Like I think that whole notion of the outlaw is the only person having the tattoo is so dated now.
It
right?
is so funny. And I remember even like when I was in college and starting my career, it was like the unwritten rule was like if you have tattoos on your arms, you wear long sleeve shirts, you cover them up. I worked for the bank and I had a colleague who was like covered in tattoos, but you wouldn't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like near her end of her career and was just like, F it, I'm getting tattoos. And she got like a neck tattoo with like Betty Boop on it because she liked Betty Boop. I think that was on her neck, and just different ones that sort of then like showed up, and it was sort of like a little bit rebellious. And now I think it's a conversation starter.
Sure.
In business, like if you're in customer service, it's a great way to break the ice and bond over people, or like, some tattoos have neat stories to them. And like, I don't know, I think tattoos are neat now. And like, you want to hear about them a little bit. So I think that's kind of cool and just really neat to see. And I guess what I love about it from a business standpoint and small business is it's a classic artist type business where you're not going to scale and be a giant, massive corporation.
Mm-hmm.
There's like something personal about it. So you need to do a lot of fundamentals kind of right. You need to do marketing, you need to stand out, you need to design your business so that it's like you and your shop that's busy and running it, because you don't have like other things you're necessarily selling. So just shout out to small tattoo shops.
Yeah. This Day Tripper guy, his style is really cool. And I don't want to say cartoonish, but he uses like lots of really big, bright colors. And I just think they're really, really, really fun. I'm not like a tattoo connoisseur. I don't know everything about them, but his style is really interesting and quite fascinating. So I just got my latest tattoo a couple of weeks ago. And I was it was my first time going into Hometown Tattoos, which is in Uxbridge. And I met the owner, Jamie. He was tattooing out of a place up on Kent Street years ago. And it's my first time going back to him since he's opened his place. And it was so nice, so modern, clean, similar-ish, I want to say, to Thrive in like some of the style, but there's more purple and wallpapers and just like really warm and welcoming. And I pointed that out, and he said, like, the design of tattoo shops is or should be changing. It's no longer you're in an industrial area, in a garage, like an old school CrossFit gym type of thing. It's like they are understanding that it's not just the outlaws that are getting tattoos. It's mums, it's business owners, it's everybody. And they want to go into a place that's comfortable and cozy, and they feel safe and clean and all these things. So I've not been in many tattoo studios, but this one was super duper nice and like just very in line with like that trend of very nice modern design. So that was really cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. So
one thing, I don't know if this is a good segue or not, but I was thinking about, have you heard about Kawartha Pyro Fest?
No, I have not.
I thought it was just fireworks, but I'm checking out their Instagram page. So this is August 6th. I don't know. This is going to air the first Tuesday of August, and maybe this will have already. No, we're good. So this is airing August 2nd. So everyone that's listening, head out to Kawartha Pyro Fest at the Lindsay exhibition. I thought it was just fireworks, but it's where fireworks and music collide. So I think that's actually kind of cool. That's way more interesting to me because I thought it was just like, hey, come check out a bunch of fireworks. Like, what are they going to do all day? Just look at the fireworks boxes. But like they've got musicians. Like there's like a small handful of musicians, a bunch of entertainment like bouncy castles, face painting, balloons, pony rides, fire spinning performance. I'm going to go for that. Food and drink vendors. So like food trucks. Looks like there's ice cream, pizza, kettle corn. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We need more festivals and more stuff coming back. Like, I guess that's the thing about the big cities that everyone sometimes is jealous about is like they've always got so many things going on, like rib fest and mac and cheese fest and taco fest and all that. So it's nice to see that we've got some sort of like big festival like that coming. So
yeah, that's awesome. The Grove Theatre in Fetland Falls are on our list again this month. They have coming up The 39 Steps, which is a classic Broadway play that's been done a lot of different times, and they are doing that. I don't have the dates right in front of me, but there's, I think, a couple weeks worth of shows for that. That's their sort of in-house big production of the year, which is cool. And then they have a lineup of other things happening as well over August. So lots of cool shows there. The Peterborough Music Fest is still going on. I think the Strumbellas are playing there in early August, which is pretty cool. And that's been great to have back in Peterborough. I was in Peterborough for a sketch comedy show at the Theatre on King, which also has a lot of cool stuff coming up. And downtown Peterborough was just very busy, which was awesome. So music going on and lots of liveliness.
I think Peterborough, like the Strumbellas are playing the Music Fest Wednesday, August the 10th.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't know that was like an ongoing thing, but yeah, that's that Music Fest. They do it every Wednesday and Sunday, right?
Wednesday and Saturday night.
Sunday, right. Someone was just telling me, Nathan Truax was just saying the Peterborough Folk Festival is coming up August 19th to 21st. I'm just looking here. which I think would be pretty cool. It looks like there's some of the same acts that have been doing the Music Fest. Like I know the Trues I see here, like they're one of those bands that I think was really popular growing up. There's a couple other bands, like quite a big lineup, which I think would be fun. And just folk, not to be judgmental at all or assume anything here, but I think it's be pretty calm, chill music, pretty accessible and exclusive to everybody. Inclusive, that's the word. Inclusive to everybody. So, like, yeah, take your kids, go with the whole family, go with mom and dad. Don't have to be worried about what's going to be said there. I think that would be pretty cool. Oh, like Chantal Creviat. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Hawksley Workman. He's pretty cool. I remember like a couple handful of songs from him. That's really cool. I definitely want to check them out.
Yeah, it sounds like an awesome lineup.
Yeah, August 19th to 21st. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that weekend. Hopefully the weather holds up. Like, I don't know if I would always like take my kids to any sort of music festival. It might be chaotic there, but like a folk festival, we kind of assume will be a little bit more chill and calm.
Maybe.
Unless like, Rage Against the Machine rolls through there or something. But I think that'd be like a good time, like great live music, and if it's a nice day, that'd be perfect. Where do you know where it is? I should like just randomly asking you. Even though I brought it up, but
I think my assumption would be I know they've done it before, kind of on Hunter Street or like Millennium Park is the other place that I would assume that it is. Sometimes it's like spread out a little bit, but I haven't seen how they're doing that this year.
They've got nice shirts that I almost certainly want to buy now. I'm just frantically kind of scrolling through this website. It's on Armour Road. 725 Armour Road. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
To me, you're Mr. Peterborough. So that's why I asked you. Like,
Yeah,
why you
I would
know,
assume that's probably like Nichols Oval. So, yeah, we'd have to maybe check that out and confirm it.
It looks like it's just one stage, but this is from a couple months ago. Them maybe posting some older stuff. I would have liked to see it like down on the water, but I think that's just being a bit selfish. I was in Milwaukee a couple weeks ago and I was at this music festival, and it was on the water, like on Lake Michigan. It was really, really, really cool, and just like an amazing example of what you can actually do with your waterfront.
Oh, yeah.
And like, not to say it was like, oh, you're here, and then like over like a kilometer, 5 kilometers away, you can see the water. Like, no, it was on the water, on the pier, all along this boardwalk, all these stages. It was really cool under this old like highway bridge and everything.
Oh, awesome.
Just an amazing scene. It was really cool. So maybe I'm expecting too much from Peterborough, but
maybe you gotta work with what you have. So
yes,
that's awesome. Alrighty, anything else going on for businesses? I think there's lots of community things going on. I've heard of some people now, thinking about it, some like new business projects that might be, coming out in like the fall, or maybe gearing up for next year, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, to me, it's like August is a weird month where people are starting to think about their businesses, but at the same time, they want to cling on to summer, which is kind of what I'm doing. But I think this is like prime time to be getting ramped up for fall, get everything ready for the last little stretch of your business for the year, or like make sure you kick off next year in the right direction. Yeah. So one last thing I always throw out is, and I feel like every single month, maybe they should be a sponsor and we just kind of force it. I don't know what's going on at Barn and Bunkie, but I bet you if you go there any weekend throughout August, they'll have something awesome going on. So go check out the Barn and Bunkie anytime, but especially on the weekends in August, they'll have some sort of cool event going on.
Yeah, they had a pretty cool event that was actually postponed due to rain, and it will be over by the time this airs, called Pretty in Pink. But I also see they're doing some pop-up free yoga on Sunday mornings, which is kind of cool. I think it's by donation, which I think is just a great use of their space. So yeah, there's always something cool going on there. They're making their own drinks now. I was at the Pride at the Fenelon Museum a few weeks ago and bought a lemonade, like in like a it's like a can that's sealed that they make in house, and it was pretty awesome.
Those cans are beautiful.
Yeah.
Like the clear ones with the white bottom and the top, and then the name on it. Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're just an awesome idea, and they're making those themselves, so which is pretty cool. So
yeah,
awesome. Well, that's what's going on in the business community in August. If you have anything going on in September you want to let us know about, please do that. We are looking for business owners to talk to on the podcast. Both we could do live show, live coaching with you. We could do a business showcase. There's a couple new businesses that we didn't mention that will be on some podcasts upcoming closer to their business launch, so we could do that. Or we'd love to work with you to help out with your new business. So if you're thinking, hey, it's time for that new business, we can help you get that going. So you can check us out at kawarthasmallbusinesspodcast.ca, or just send us an email to set it up at kawarthasmallbusinesspodcast.ca.